This is going to be a very quick review on the iPhone 5 and the Galaxy S3. Just as a very small disclaimer, this is definitely something that's going to be a review um, from a casual user. If you are thinking or considering either getting the Galaxy S3 or the iPhone 5, I have used both devices as my personal phones, so I will point out some of my favorite things on the iPhone 5 and some of my favorite things on the Galaxy S3. So let's get started. So one of the first things I want to point now that's definitely something that I prefer on the Galaxy S3 would be the screen size. And that is because it allows me to browse the web more comfortably whenever I'm watching YouTube videos. It's just, to me, an overall better experience because of the screen size. So here's another thing that I would want to point out. One of the things that I really like about the Galaxy S3, if you can see from here, if you notice a difference, you start seeing this little guy up here. And that is definitely something that a lot of people like, your notification, your LED notification. You can customize it, you can change it colors, like many things on the Galaxy S3. You can do a lot of customizing to your own personal preference. The iPhone, you can change it to where you get the update here, you can even get a preview of the text message or just get the name of the person who sent you a message. That can be also taken as a battery killer, so it could be a negative to some and a positive to others. In my case, I mean, it's not really something that's going to be a deal breaker. I like the LED notification, but it's not something that I miss when I have my iPhone 5. So I don't know. There could be certain circumstances where that would be needed for your job or other things that maybe I'm not aware of, but that's definitely something to keep in mind. You can also get notifications on the back here with the iPhone 5. I've seen people do that, but this is something that's going to be definitely in the front, built in, and easy to customize. Another example that I would want to give you would be in relation to the screen size. Again, as just a personal user of both devices, when I'm holding the Galaxy S3, when I'm laying in bed, I know I'm not the only one who watches videos laying in bed, whether you're watching videos or watching a movie and you're holding it, or even text messaging. Even though you have swipe, it's still harder to grab the phone. It's not as comfortable. You kind of have to. It feels like it's more intended to have both hands to be able to use it comfortably. This could be something just for me because of my hand size. Again, not everybody has huge hands, so that's definitely something that is worthy of pointing out there on the Galaxy 3. Now, when you grab the iPhone, it's definitely going to be something that's, easier on your hand. It is a lot lighter. You don't feel like you're maybe going to get a black eye if you drop it on your face. So it's something that would definitely be an advantage, at least for me. Okay. Now let's talk about some of the most obvious things would be looks. So I know a lot of people say, well, the Galaxy is very plasticky. It looks cheap. In looks, at least it really doesn't compare to the iPhone, but it doesn't look like a cheap phone. I mean, if you see it, it is beautiful. The sides, the way it's even shaped, it looks like it curves. Even though it is plastic, especially the white one, in my opinion, doesn't have that cheap, look or even feel to it. I mean, it feels heavy. It feels like a premium phone. It just looks nice, and then also with all these different things that the home screen does, it just looks like a very nice phone. My mom called it futuristic looking. So, anyways, moving on to the iPhone. The iPhone is definitely going to win in the looks department. The two-tone is great. This just looks really nice. If you can see here, the two-tone. One thing that I want to point out, I've had it for about a week. I don't know if you can see that guy right there, it's already beginning to scratch, even though I've had it on a case, and I literally just put it on my desk at work, and lay it on the. I do put it in my pocket, but I don't know how I got that. Maybe it was the case that scratched it, but either way, very noticeable, as you can see. So that's definitely one thing that you would want to keep in mind when choosing your phone. Next thing I want to talk about is the ability to add widgets on the Galaxy S3. It is something that a lot of people like. You can add them directly to the home screen if you click on apps and widgets, and there are many of them already included and some which you can download. If you can see there, Media Hub, Google Plus Post, your player, your media player, Gmail, Facebook, your pictures. There's a lot of different things. I personally don't like widgets. I feel there's just taking up my space. I don't really use them. I only like to have the weather widget here up in the front. So if I go to my iPhone, then I can just scroll here, and there's the weather right there. I mean, it is getting to where, to me, it's just getting a little old. I mean, it seems like the same layout over and over, so I would welcome widgets on the iPhone, okay, but it's not going to be something that would prevent me from getting one, obviously, since I already have the new one. Moving on, the next thing that I would want to talk about would be the reject list. That's another feature that comes with the Galaxy S3. You can go into your contacts, then long press a contact, and then you are able to add them to the reject list, which means that anytime they call you, it'll go directly to voicemail. That's just an added, security feature on the Galaxy S3 if you want to prevent anybody from calling you. Something that's very easy to do. Also, one thing that you want to notice, if you want to take a screenshot, here I would have to let go of the camera for the iPhone 5. As you know, you have to press here and then press down here to take a screenshot. Let me try to do it with one hand. There you go. So you press here and then press down there. The Galaxy, you just do that right there and it takes a screenshot. So it's very easy to do. I really like that. I mean, might look a little weird if you're out there. People might be wondering what you're doing to your phone if you're cleaning it, but that's the way you take a screenshot with that. If we're looking at both devices, they are both great phones. I think that when I'm using my iPhone 5, I miss my Galaxy S3. When I'm using my Galaxy S3, I'll miss my iPhone. So it's not something to me that I would say, okay, well, one is definitely better than the other. I would say they're both great phones. You can do a lot of things with the Galaxy S3, like customizing. One of the definite things that I prefer about the iPhone is that right there, that nice feature where you can just scroll down and search for the song. I mean, it's very easily accessible. And here, if it has one, then I just don't know about it. So if it is, please let me know. I would appreciate that because it's something definitely that I enjoy doing on my iPhone. Another thing that I like about my iPhone is iTunes. I have all my music there, thousands of songs. Yes, I know you can do it on the Galaxy 3. I've done it. I've transferred all my music, but it's not something that is user friendly. Like I said, this is from an average, user point of view, and it's not something that is done quickly. You do have to do a little bit of research. For example, if my mom had to do it, I know that she would have a hard time doing it. So it's not going to be as user-friendly as this. Now, I know you have options now with Google Play to download music, and it is getting a lot easier and more accessible to do. However, at this point, with the not only music, but also the selection of apps available on the iPhone is definitely superior to the apps available on the Galaxy S3. Alright guys, and that was my summary on the iPhone 5 and the Galaxy S3 as a average user point of view. If you are trying to decide whether to go for the iPhone 5 or the Galaxy S3, just to review, in my opinion, again, this iPhone 5 will definitely give you a better experience in terms of battery life. Also, iTunes, the selection of apps, as far as portability, and the design is definitely more beautiful. Now, if you look at the Galaxy S3, one of the huge advantages on the Galaxy S3 is customizing, whether it be the LED notifications, whether it be widgets on the screen, the way that you unlock the phone using pattern lock, using face unlock, and also the screen size is going to be bigger, and also even though the iPhone is superior in terms of quality, the iPhone, as you can see there, you start seeing a little scratch within about maybe 2 weeks of use, and the Galaxy is still a beautiful phone and also very durable. So I hope that helped. If you are entertaining the thought of getting either with the phone, both great choices. Will just be a matter of preference and the things that are most important to you. So I hope this helped out, and thanks again, and subscribe. See ya.